this this upcoming new product. We have to deliver a new product, but first prototype, but we're running into reliability problems. First of all, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you for allowing me to lead this project. Let's be able to work together and be successful together. First of all, I know a lot of people here, you see as different cross-functional teams. You got the metrology team here, you got the process team here, you got the different test teams working together, in this same room. The reason you're here today is because I need we need each other to work together on this main huge reliability issue on our new product. Our CEO already said to the public that this new product is going to come out in the next year. But we don't even have a working prototype yet, right? And we need to deliver a new prototype. And I talked with the CTO, and the CTO already, in his meeting, has already said we need to deliver this product in 4 months. And let me make this very clear. It may sound grim to all of you, but if we were not able to deliver this product in the next 4 months, there's no roadmap in this there's no new technology roadmap. And as an R&D team, if there's no new technology roadmap, we understand what's the reality of this, right? Not just this site here, this R&D team, but many R&D teams at different sites. And I understand that, but I think we're very capable. We've always had a good record history of delivering at the right time, and a very good execution. First of all, we already know what's the top reliability issues. You got these 3 issues here. We need to focus on the first issue. We're going to focus one by one. We can't separate our efforts. And so, let me know what I can do to help. I'll do whatever I can to learn. It's going to be a huge learning process for all of us. This is a new product, and we got to learn together. In the next 4 months, we're going to be able to meet timelines, make sure we're hitting targets, and also. Ultimately, once we finish this issue, we're going to work on the next few issues in the next 4 months. And I know it's a short time, but I ultimately think we're very smart, very intelligent people in this room, and we're very capable. If we were to execute this next 4 months, I'll try to talk to the CTO. Maybe we go to Fiji together, enjoy it, some time, R&R after. But the next 4 months, let's work hard and get this done.
Good. So I'm going to just, because I got to go to this one. I know some of you may not get a chance to take a presentation. Since we're going to have, maybe we're going to have this presentation, so you're going to opportunity to do that. The reason I don't want you to bring your note, because when the last one, when we make, say, 15 minutes presentation, what are you going to see? I'm going to give you one example. If you look at most of CEO, good communicator, they do not use a slide. Like our CEO, Steve Russo, he does not use a slide. He can talk 2 hours. Because it's all in here. So the point is that we need to train that. What happens is that for us, usually we worry about our English. So usually we talk to slide. And I'm going to share with you in the last section when we're talking about presentation. It's unbelievable. 30 minutes, an engineer prepare 30 slides. And basically just talk to slide. So again, in this communication, we want to do is learn how to not watch slide, but develop some flow of what you're thinking, because that's really what the communication. The communication you cannot look at slide and then. But again, it's also making yourself comfortable. You will be surprised. Indeed, don't look at slide and just talk to what you want to talk. It's much better than spend a lot of time on slide. So again, all this kind of thing is just take a little bit practice, and the more you practice, the more you feel comfortable, and that's all we're going to do. So I'm quite sure, after 4 weeks, when you start to do that, give yourself exposure to this type of talk, and then next time, hopefully, remember the first time we're talking about communication barrier. I thought, do you write down your communication barrier? Review every day. Try to get rid of that. And then when we go back to your work, try to practice every day. And I think it will be good. So let me, talking about today, So, we have these hands-on projects. I thought everybody doing a very good job. Okay, hit a highlight and get all the key points. But again, try to practice. Try to practice. Take every single opportunity when you get your team. They did not even know you practice on them. Right? Get your team. Before you take them to lunch, practice three minutes, because usually that's what I do. In a meeting, actually, I think they know I will write something. So I have 3 points. Then I will talk to. In a panel night meeting, Frankie, right? I will just try to practice. Okay. So you do too. Try to practice. So that's what we're talking about today, right? When you lead a team, you really try to lead and inspire your team. Especially the team going to be with you for many years, because they're going to become your foundation. And you have to be somehow in communication. You got to eventually need to know how to inspire them. So I give you my own example, right? Last week I shared about, in the Seagate, everybody know, like Henry, he's very, very bright engineer. When he comes to talk to me, he says, Steve, I'm so good, I do all the job. And all the engineers are not doing the job. Why I'm not getting more money? Usually I say, oh, good. You told me you're 1%, right? Good. Why don't you try to carry the other 99%? The reason I say this one is because number one, suddenly the people to realize it's not just money. No, we're gonna come and say you're good. But on the other hand is, if you really think you're doing that good, you should feel lucky about that. And a lot of people will rely on you. I use the example about in the Fremont. In my company, everybody knows that, and I make it very clear to everybody. Everybody should feel very good. We hire a lot of people, so-called middle salary. Operator, technician, we about 200 people. Without us, they will not have good job pay. So that's the other 80% of people who should make a difference for that. We are. And that is one, when you lead the team, when you start connect with them on that, they start to realize the meaning of work. And then let's go back to, otherwise every day we do the work we're going to do is very, very difficult. Just like some of the things you're talking about, like semiconductor and that. Everything we do actually is very, very difficult. So we needed the team to figure out and feel some meaning of what their work, right? I mentioned about the one I was given to RBB's team. Make a difference for 1,800 people. Was one factory, they're going to do one job. This factory actually will employ 600 people. So he asked me to give the team the talk. So again, I give a 3 minutes talk. I basically describe to them about what the job you're going to do and what the impact you're going to do. I say you're going to affect 1,800 people's life. So they asked me, say, Steve, why is that? I said, well, we have 600 people working in this factory. If you do not qualify this product, we're going to lay off everybody. And everybody is support 3 people in their family. I can guarantee you, when they connect to that, the motivation is just incredible high. And by the way, it's not I'm just put the pie for them. In reality, it is. And when they finish it, as you can go to our BB's team, they feel so good about it. When they write their own review, they will say, you know what? Suddenly we realize what do we do is so important, because we have 1,800 people rely on us. And that's what I say, I never feel I'm so significant and can make this kind of contribution. Right? So something like that. I can give you the other one, and again, it's a true story. I've been with the Seagate 22 years, right? So about 10 years ago, actually in the factory, you went back to Seagate, the original old factory. One time almost shut down. When I joined the Seagate, it was 3 buildings. Right now, of course, we moved to a new building, but in the old building, we had 3 buildings. And it was manufacturing was there, it's almost shut down. But the story was, so I was asked to go back to Fremont facility. And because we just shut down the production, we moved everything to Singapore. So when I went there, and actually everybody reported me. But actually everybody means only about 40 people. So all including the maintenance technician, everybody all reported me. So I went back, so I got everybody. And first, so I said, okay, I want to just talk to all of you. And I did not prepare anything because I don't know what I'm going to talk, right? So I asked them about, hey, tell me what your concern. So they say, well, Steve, are you come back to shut down the Fremont? So that's what I said. I said, you know what? In my career, I know I don't know how to shut down the factory. I said, in my career so far, I know I'm very good to qualify the product. I said, by the way, I just qualified product in Singapore. And I just qualified product in Peters. And I said, guys, if I'm going to shut down factory, I will not come back to Fremont. And I say, you know, we're going to make this happen. And I said, the reason I come back to Fremont, I know we just shut down the 2 buildings. We're going to bring this building up. And then we're going to work together. Now we have 50 people. I want to make 200 people. I make 400 people. I want to make 500 people. Indeed, that's how the Fremont R&D, just in case you did not know history. That's how I went back to Fremont. And then later on, Jerry Gumbach, Senior VP, asked me to stay there to run the whole R&D. But again, the point is, this type of communication with your team, people you work with, through your career is extremely important because it's not just communication. You also share with your team what is your vision, right? And so they will know you. And then remember we were talking about communication. What is communication? Communication is really, you gotta go build a relationship. You gotta respect each other. Eventually, you build trust. And the people feel, you know what? I'm aligned with you. Your vision, what you want to do. And that's what I want to do also. Because you need to know eventually, if you want to become VP, director, you cannot do alone. You need to have your team. Because indeed, all the VP is who push you up. I'm very serious. It's not how good you are. It's the people under you. But they push you up, meaning they have to be aligned to you. They have to buy into your vision. Otherwise, this person pushes here, he pushes there. So everybody will push it the same way because they buy into your vision and they want to work with you. And that's how you do that. And that's how you build a team. So again, I cannot stress enough how important, if you know your business, you know, if you work in a company, you work in anything, even startup, anything, you have to build a team. And you have to be communicate. Because that's the only way they will align to you. Sometimes for us, our culture, we are a little bit conservative. Conservative, what I mean is we do not, like American, sometimes articulate much bigger goal. For example, if I talk to people, say, you know what do we work in the Fremont? Right? We are not only impact to the Fremont, actually we impact the whole community. I usually challenge them, Steve, is really, our job that's important? I say, yeah. If you think about it, well, because we're a company here, what does it mean? We are visitor come. They got to stay in hotel. They got to go to eat. They got to go use think about taxi or rental car and all that. Indeed, we make a lot of difference on that. So again, sometimes also the leadership or when you go there communication, you got to go to see what the people does not see that. Okay, so it's extremely important. So today we're going to talking about the other communication. So, which is so important? Talk to customer. Like your own business. You got to talk to customer because they pay money. Tony, you got to talk to customer. We pay you money. So you got to go to the customer, right? Well, that's a difficult one. Now you make your product. And then, remember we talking about, I say, if you really want to grow your career, has to be involved serving the customer. Okay. Customer is very different than supplier. Supplier is whatever you say. They say, oh, Steve, you're right. Customer, whatever you say, God, I don't like your product. Right? So it's totally, so how you tell the customer? I'll give you an example. So in my career is, from the day one, even when I was an engineer, I was never really just an engineer. Because when I was an engineer, and I asked to say, okay, I want to run product. So when I was an engineer, I was part of engineer, make a film. I was asked to become a product engineer also. What it means is, I'm not only running the process, but I also do the product. And I asked to say, I want to go to talk customer. In the beginning, they did not want me to do that. They said, my English is not good. I said, fine. But if I got a chance, I want to go to talk to customer. But I said, at least, can I go to talk to customer? I don't talk. I see what heck they are doing there. Right? So they said, okay. You know. So that's how I started to develop that. And that's the reason in the CK, who work with me, I always want everybody to not only develop product, develop process, but also involved in the customer interface, talk to customer. I'm going to give you the two examples. So my career is really start to, because I started to do new product and I become manager, and then every job I do, I was new product manager, new product director, and then I was part engineering director, but I also do new product, and then I become a VP. So when we was doing that, by the way, it was very difficult. I still remember about 10 years ago. So we was making like 3 sites. So we were, in the morning, we flew like from San Jose airport, 6 o'clock flight to Longmont. And we meet the customer there. And then flew to Oklahoma City. Usually there's no direct flight. So that means you did not even sleep, because usually you will miss flight anyway. So we went to Oklahoma City, we finished the meeting there. So we finished the meeting in Longmont, and went to Oklahoma City. After Oklahoma City, we went to TCO. So in that time, it's a very stressful trip, but I got a chance. I was like a junior director, but in that time, actually, our CEO will fly with us. We had a VP of quality. We have VP of engineering. And we have one lady, director of program manager. Then I was like director of a new product development. So then I got a chance to see how they do the qualification. Certainly, that's another job I like. Because the reason is I'm not very good to see customer. Especially customer is always American. Think about in Oklahoma City, in Twin City, most of them are very big. Stick one, what are you talking about? And by the way, among all these people, I'm only one is English as the second language. Right? I mean, CEO certainly is not Chinese. I mean, VP of quality and everybody, so I'm the only one. In terms of technical understanding, certainly I'm better than anybody else. But the very interesting, in the beginning, nobody would listen to me. Because number one, I don't talk. Even when I talk, if somebody say pardon me, then I stop. Because I thought they don't understand about my English. As it turns out, I find out they did not understand about my technical description. Because my technical too strong. But in that time I was worried about English. Right? Come on, I was very stressful because I always worry about, because they did not understand about my English. But of course later on I find out it's not. It's really they did not quite understand about what I was talking about, microstructure and all that. But anyway, Remember I talking about this team. One lady, actually, just like you, very well taught. But the difference is you know a lot of stuff. She does not know any stuff. She got a degree from Chicago, is a ceramics. It's not even engineering, right? But she says she's an engineer anyway. But she is very good. She would talk to me and say, hey, Steve, what does this mean? And I would describe to her, right? And then she would talk to customer. She would say, oh, yeah, you know, Tom, no, this one is like that. You know, show is not very good. Actually, IMO media is much better than that. Somehow she know how to put very complicated technical stuff in a very simple language. And then because she's American, right? And she described it, and she built very good relationship. So anyway, put the whole story short is everybody thinks she's a leader. And it drives me crazy, right? Because gosh, I know the most, right? I know everything, but nobody talk to me, right? I know I have to go to make change on that. I say I got if I want to really serve customer, I need somehow customer trust on me. I can go to communicate with them. They will feel say, hey, they need to listen to Steve Huang, and I'm really the main contact on that. But I always have time to do that because I just don't have confidence on that. So I mentioned this one, and by the way, this is a real story. Until one day, so we was doing the training, and doing this kind of presentation training. So the last one, and the same thing we're going to do here is we call it jump over the wall. Right? And it's something like William take the video. So in this training is the last training was we have 10 people training. It's all doing the new product qualification, interface with customer. And then the last one was they pair like 2 people, 5 group. So you're gonna prepare presentation, same like we're gonna do in our last section. And then in that time they take a video, then play that. So you probably heard about this story. And by the way, because this is true story, so let me repeat it again. So I was paired with her. Suddenly I was very nervous. Right? Number one, she's very good. She talk all the time. By the way, she's not only talk, she uses a lot of gesture. She's pretty good looking also, right? At least we all think about she's pretty good looking. So I was very nervous because I nervous was about my English, and especially I never watched myself in the VCR and spoke in English. And then at the meantime, the people are going to criticize because say, what's wrong with your presentation? But the story was, so when I prepared the slide with her, she was very nervous. I don't know how the lady, your communication barrier, right? But in that time, what I found her communication barrier, certain English is not an issue. She can talk English like that. But her barrier is she was very conscious about how she looked. She was worried about the skirt was a little bit too short, right? Because she asked me, she said, Steve, why they did not tell us they're going to take the video? Otherwise, I will not dress like that. I said, yeah, I'm Marine, I don't think it's very good. You just don't stand there, right? I mean, it's a little bit too short, maybe. And she said, yeah, I think this is not good. He said, even the hair is not very good. I said, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think hair is not very good. Yeah. She said, oh, I get a lot of confidence, gosh. Because I'm still realizing, oh, shoot. She has a problem also. She had a big problem because she was so worried about how she looked, how she going to show in the video. And, but anyway, it's the whole point is, at this moment, I started to realize everybody has communication barrier. We are so much focused on ourselves. I was so much worried about my English. I was so much worried about because I'm not very good to make a presentation. So I make a presentation. So Marie gave me a lot of confidence. Right? So I make a presentation. And then everybody give the comment about my presentation. Through the whole comment, nobody talking about English. He didn't give me a lot of good comment. And you can't believe what did they say. What did they say? They say, Steve, the voice is big enough. Show a lot of confidence, passion, good. Right? And then Steve should be sure confidence and also know the materials very well. I said, yeah, I'm an engineer. Of course, I know materials very well. Right? And then they give me some comment. Usually, Americans like to use a little bit more gesture. We usually a little bit. Usually like it. They say, yeah, maybe you can do a little bit more gesture. And a little bit in all yourself. Since your voice is so big, why you don't want to just move a little bit, make a contact with eye contact with the people, and let them feel you close to them. Very interesting. You see what the comment they give to you. It's not what you think, your weakness. And also you did not realize you have a lot of strength. Because usually we focus on our weakness. Because we sales conscious on that. By the way, most of people don't see it. They do not see that. So there's a point that I try to make is when you go to do custom visit on that, remember, try to figure out what is your strength. And really do not worry about your so-called weakness. The most important thing is, and I think this whole communication is, try to find yourself. Believe in yourself. You are something very unique. Okay, we are different. I certainly cannot present like a Tony or like a you because I have my own, and you got to find yours. And then the people see you, and you being yourself, and you are self-confident, express yourself. They feel very comfortable, and that's how you communicate. And then the most important is practice. Again, I cannot say enough. I practice all the time. Even right now, I will practice. In a meeting, I will just put the paper, write few things. Right now, I have a lot of opportunity to practice because I'm VP. I can say, okay, guys.
Let's have a meeting.
Let's have a meeting. Okay, I'm going to talk 3 minutes. Can you come for me? Because I want to control the time also, right? But you know, it's just a practice, and it's a mess. The more you practice, you feel comfortable, and you know, just could be just maybe improvement is not as big as what you think, but just self-confidence start to improve a lot. So people ask me about, Steve, what's the difference today you talk compared to say 10 years ago? Okay. I say, if you look at my English, I don't think I improve English too much because it's difficult. So I say I still excellent. I say the big difference is when the people look at me 10 years ago, and then they look at me today, they may not even say, it's really not this big difference. The big difference is inside. Because 10 years ago, I was just, people probably don't like it. Today I would say, who cares? Okay, you don't like it, maybe you're a problem, right? Before I was so worried, they probably don't like it. Right? Otherwise, why Tom Moran always say, pardon me? Oh, Steve, can you say again? Right? Today, if somebody say, oh, Steve, can you repeat it again? I say, yeah, okay. Let me just say one more time. I will slow down. Right? Again, it's all inside. Right? So that's the one we're talking about, a customer visit, and you know, you all need to develop yourself because you're going to talk to your customer all the time. And the customer visit, managing the customer business is one of the most important skills that you can have. If you want to grow your business, you want in a startup, you want to move up your rank, if you talk to your CEO to say, you know what, I can qualify all the customers for you, maybe he will say, you are VP. I'm 100% sure. Because that's basically what every company does, right? Go to make your product. Go to call your customer. The reason I want all of you, if you got a chance to do this one, is we are too many, like our background, we are engineers, we are making a good product. And you let all these Americans get all the credit because they sell to their customer. Right? And all these people is all on top. Because what happened is they got all the visibility. So we have to do both. We are very good technical, don't give us up. Right? We develop good technology, good product, but we have to somehow do every possible. Connect the customer. Because that's really all your CEO care, to be honest. Right? So that's, I cannot stress it enough, and you gotta go do it. Okay. Then the other one is,
Still,
yes.
can I ask a question?
Sure.
Talk to the customer. Sometimes you talk too much, and sometimes when after meeting with customer, we come back home. We will talk about it. Which one we should talk, which one we shouldn't talk, and sometimes talk too much.
Right.
And say what shouldn't talk.
Right.
And how do you handle the situation? You talk what exactly supposed to talk, and sometimes you come back, maybe your colleagues criticize you. Why you talk this, and why you what is your mind?
Yeah.
You talk about this.
Yeah. So you will never talk too much. If you talk all what do your customer want to know? What do they need? A lot of time, in my mind, we probably did not talk enough. Okay? But the big problem, a lot of time we talk, is really not what people want. Okay? Especially, my experience is, 言不对题啦. Right? We talk a lot. Like if I'm an engineer, I'm the guy doesn't even care. I'm going to talk to you about talk to boss. One time I'm going to talk to my president. They give me 30 minutes, make a presentation. It's a little bit like customer, right? I did not know what they want, but I thought I know what he want. I thought I want to show him how difficult my job, and I want to show him how hard I work on that. Turns out he want to know. Can he cut the budget? Right? So my point is, the number one in the customer, and I think we talked last week, right? Try to know what they want to know. Same as you want to talk to your boss, or you want to make a presentation there. We should not pretend we know what they want. We should say, hey, what is the hot topic right now? What do your guy really care? So I can go to prepare. And you can say, wow, what the customer will tell you. Of course, you can go to put all the people. So usually, although I run right now, I have all these program manager. I would say, Chris Metal, can you go to talk to TCL? What the heck happened there? What the issue there? And how they evaluate us, how we compare to our competitor. Are we good, no good? Which one is good, which one is not good? So I started to prepare that. So the point is, we will never talk too much if we got exactly what the customer want, what do they want to know. Otherwise, we always talk too much because that's really not what they want. So again, I don't know what your colleague give you the comment unless they know exactly what they want. Right? A lot of times, communication is it's a total miscommunication. So in like talk to customer, even talk to boss, usually I would recommend is try to collect as much information as possible.
Some topics, for example, some colleague says, okay, this topic should be talked privately or individually, and some of them talk in the meeting, a group of customer, a few people, 5 to 10. You are set at 3 or 4, and they comment, okay, this one should be talked. That person privately.
Well, Jim, I will comment on this one. Whoever tell you, unless the guy is so good on top, okay, even the top, right? You better listen, otherwise you have no job. But my point is, it's a real judgment call. It's a real judgment call. And this kind of thing, I don't think I can teach, rather than you have to go through, learn yourself, because situation is all different. And I can give you some of my example. What I need to do 2 examples is, sometimes you need to put your position very, very strong. Sometimes you need to back up your position very much. Because the point I'm trying to make is, I used to be qualified product. And because they are American customers. And we always say, especially for us as Asian, we say, customer always right. Oh, be careful. They can drive you to death. Yeah. Right?
Sometimes I have to say
right.
no.
So my point is, sometimes it's different. Right? So like the one example you're talking about, the small meeting on this, probably right. I mean, maybe your top guy probably is right. But my point is, a lot of this one is also the learning process, and that's what I was talking about. Why you need to get into the customer interface and work with customer as much as you can, because this kind of thing cannot teach. Has to be when you face this situation and see how this come out, and then try to observe how people handle that. Actually, I learned a lot from the Marine Club. Actually, she is very good, because every time when we have very, because she's a lady also, because usually we have a lot of time, very contagious, right? Customers say you are not good, and then we especially for us, we fire. Oh, Marine, she's very good. No, that's not what Steve want me. What he really mean? Yeah, we have this problem. I said, Marine, I don't have this problem. But again, the point is, you go through this one, you see how people handle it. And like you say, sometimes she will handle in like one-on-one meeting, rather in this big one. If she see you very contagious, she will say, why don't we just take a break? And then she will say, Yixin, and can I talk to you? I don't know what they talk. When they come back, it's all good. So a lot of time is, there's no just one recipe, right?
Yeah, very cheap.
Yeah. Right. But again, I think it's be involved. You will learn, you will see it, and it's especially good if you have your team work with you, discuss about that.
Yeah, I have one comment. In fact, regarding on what you said, because I handle a lot of customers. In fact, like what Steve said, definitely you should go through the marketing team, because marketing team will go and collect all the customer requests. Then we will prepare what we should see, especially when the product has some problem, right? We cannot tell customer. Problem, we cannot tell customer directly, right? You can privately say, okay, there's something you should pay attention to. But you cannot, in the meeting, you cannot say, okay, we have problem, then your CEO gonna fire you. Right. Another thing I think is about the technology, or technical stuff. Technical stuff, sometimes people will say, okay, because customer like to, because I'm doing architecture, so customer like to talk to us instead of talking to the marketing people. But marketing people kind of, I think they are kind of
In the middle.
Yeah, in the middle, say they don't want to us directly.
They don't want you to involve, because they want credit from there. It's not the.
Yeah, so sometimes they will say you guys talk too much, so you should
don't listen.
Yeah. So in that case, I think, well, of course we cannot disclose too much on details. When customers say, because customers want to know everything, right? Especially I think Seagate and Western Digital. But what we do normally, we will say, okay, we will give them a level of details, but not in deeps. But if they want to learn more details, I think you should say, okay, let's talk offline, or we can just know exactly what you want to know. I think also it's personal judgment, what I should say and what I shouldn't say.
But sometimes the customer may release information.
Yeah.
So you don't want to tell them? But the thing is, I would just also make a point is, eventually also build some personal relationship. If you don't go to visit your customer, you will never build a personal
Yeah,
relationship.
exactly.
Believe me, if you build a personal relationship, it will be good for you, good for your company, and you will much easier to do your job. By the way, you're gonna have a lot of visibility if you're not even aware of that.
Yeah, that's
Because sometimes your upper management team, they got to talk to these people. Right. So yeah, good, very good question on that. Okay. Yes.
I have a question. So, how do the question is, how do you approach your customers when they give you their interpretation of your product, or they say, well, they make a strong statement about, oh, your product is this and this and this, but then they're actually wrong. How do you communicate that they're wrong without offending them that they're saying they're wrong?
So usually I don't communicate it. Okay, because I'm not very good. Because I'm very competitive. When somebody say I'm not very good, oh man, I just get